first blooms. I think this is some of our American plums that are here in the woodline. This here is the beginning of our willow coppice area. So I'm planting a bunch of basketry willows here, and we're going to continue to extend this all down this ridge. This ridge is extremely muddy. It's full of water. For example, here, there's an old footprint. It's filled with water. We're going to take all of this willow and we're going to put coppiced willow completely on this ridge. We'll be harvesting this about every year, every 2 years. So here, I went and I threw down some wood chip mulch over these willows. I got 5 different types of willows. These are spaced pretty close together. But again, I'm just trying to create coppice stools. So they mostly will only grow for 1 year or so. And then we'll be cutting them back into winters. And we'll just have a supply of basketry willow and willow for other projects around the nursery. Here we go, adding another layer of basketry willow. This variety is called packing twine. That's our previous row. This will be a nice willow hedge. They're planted really close together, but we're going to be coppicing them every year. Now to get the wood chips down. Well, here we are in the north orchard, or the lower orchard area, as we say. We have a small sort of dwarf tree orchard with a lot of close planting. You can see it over this way. Trees haven't gone and leafed out yet. Still waiting on that. Had some snow this morning, but it's melted off by now. I wanted to talk about these raised beds that we've got going on here. Some people have asked me, why do you have these raised beds? Why don't you just plant right into the ground? Well, there's the thing about the ground here at our place. Number one, you can see like here, we had a squirrel came and it was digging, planting some nuts it found. Things fill with water right away. So the water table is up pretty close to the surface. The other huge problem we have with planting into the ground, works okay for trees, and we've got some bushes and different things. The ground works fine for that. So one of the other problems we have with planting in the ground here, it works fine for trees and shrubs, and we can plant some stuff in the ground, probably plant some corn or different things as we go. We've got a big garden space area over there where I've got some stuff in the ground. I'll show you in a sec. But before that, one of our big problems, besides every hole fills with water, which is pretty ridiculous, it's great for ponds, which is nice. This is all that's in the ground. It's all shale. We have tons of shale rock. So you dig down, there's a hard packed shale layer right there. I actually was going to put in some more trees here, but I can't get the holes deep enough for the trees. So I put in some bushes and some elderberries. We'll see how well they do, if they can navigate this big shale piece, or if it'll just be shallow. So anyways, that's why we're going with these raised beds. For some of our annual crops, can't grow carrots in shale, can't grow a lot of root vegetables. We'll be growing a lot of them out here in these beds. Over time, we'll have another one here. We're gonna have 2 more over that way. And then up in our southern, or the upper orchard, we'll be going and putting in a couple more raised beds. So yeah, growing in the ground, challenging with the water and stuff. You can see right here, we did grow potatoes here, right in the ground. We actually grew on top of the ground in grass clippings and things. It worked reasonably well. We got a decent sized harvest. We tried to do one tiny little bed here. This is actually put together by my son and his cousin. And we've got a couple things growing. There's some daikons holding on. But look at this. The way the water comes, went right into a basically a stream here that comes off the driveway. I guess we could mound this up more and give that a try. We'll probably do that in the future. But we planted in the garlic where the ground had been really nice. Unfortunately, a lot of it's underwater now. So we'll see if we get any garlic harvest out of it. Maybe we'll at least get some garlic scapes. We've got a hard neck and soft neck garlic mixed in here. Yeah, anyways, it's always challenging when you're first starting out a new growing space, but that's okay. We're gonna be figuring it out over the years. Hey everyone, got a nice sunny day today. So here in this orchard, putting in some more hugelkultur raised beds. I did these ones like this last year. I think it's my preferred method. So what we've got here, we have wood chips in abundance, like lots of wood chips. We get them free from the local arborists. They just dump their trucks here. And so I'm going to go and take this. This is a soil bag. It's got a ton of King Stropharia spawn in it from last year. It grew right into the bag. Look at that. We're gonna add all of this to this bed. This wine cap mushroom spawn is voracious for wood chips. It just eats them down, turns them into soil, tracks the earthworms. See, look, here's big earthworm right there. Nightcrawler. So they love this stuff. It's great. They'll break down this soil. I may have a little bit of nitrogen lockup this year. Probably a lot, but that's okay. We're really building this bed for next year. And all these wood chips are going to turn into beautiful soil. I don't have to buy any. That is lovely to me. And a bunch of these old grow bags. I have, look at that. This is all wine cap mushroom spawn. I'm going to be using this to spread around the gardens, create even more mushroom, more fungal dominance. This is going to be a great addition to the garden, and it's going to help break down all these wood chip layers. We're going to turn this all into soil using the wine caps as our ally. And we're going to attract earthworms, get rid of nematodes, and generally improve the soil. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And there we go. The first bed is done. I'm actually going to put another bed right here. I think this weekend we're going to try to build that. But this mound of dirt, this is going to shrink down over the next couple weeks. And then we'll plant in some crops that don't need a lot of nitrogen, legumes, maybe try some radishes, beets, beet-like plants, maybe some chard, and we'll see where we go. In the meantime, we are getting our starts ready for these. Supposed to have snow on Thursday. Hope that's the last snow of the season. And then we'll be rocking into the gardening season. This here's our apple scrap vinegar that we made from last year's apples when we canned a bunch of apple pie filling from some of our older established trees. Here we've got the vinegar. Here I'm straining off the mother. I'm going to save this in the fridge and we'll use it to make other vinegars in the future. We can make any type of vinegar off the mother that's fruit-based, and we'll have lots of fruits. So next we're going to go and start getting our containers ready to strain it off to. We've got about 2 gallons of vinegar this year, just from the scraps, which is awesome. Looking forward to that. Here we are. I'm going to pull off the mother and add some more. Of course, Luna is right here below my feet. She's tired. Anyways, I'm going to pull off the mother and we're going to add it to this jar. So you can see we've got a big bacterial colony here. That's wonderful. We're going to use this to start so many other vinegars. I'm going to add it to this. I'm going to store this in the fridge. And once we got more fruit coming in this season, I'm going to use this as our starter. We're going to make lots more different types of fruit vinegars. Working at sterilizing our swing top jars. We're going to put hot boiling water in each one, let them stand for about 10 minutes. Should be fine for vinegar. And vinegar doesn't really even need a sterilized jar. Vinegar is used to sterilize jars. But just doing this as an extra precaution. Get out all the old stuff. All right, here we go. We're going to pour off the apple cider vinegar. We're pouring it into these swing tops. As you can see, we're filling them up. One of the things we're going to do here is we're going to even reuse some wine bottles. I mean, why not? Wine, of course, turns into vinegar. So we're just going to use what we got. It's reuse. These are even old lemonade bottles here. And we're gonna just keep filling them. And that's it. We got a bunch of apple cider vinegar for the year going forward until we get more apples coming off the trees. And then we'll make more vinegar for the next year.